Did you start your video?
Yes. I made it to Furkan in one piece.
So did you also learn how to open subtitles?
No, I think because
It's important for me.
I think because I don't have enough subscribers or something. Because I don't have a lot of subscribers. I just
Maybe after 1,000.
Yeah, I think after 1,000 you can get monetized, and maybe there is more options like subtitles, because I cannot click on subtitles. It's great.
Okay.
And yeah, I started this my YouTube channel just to learn how to edit videos, and also just to get off YouTube, because I watched too much YouTube last few years. In the evening, you know, kids go to bed, and I just watch YouTube videos, and there's a lot of good stuff, but I'm like, of 7 years in Sweden, I think I spent 6 months on YouTube. And I finally want to learn how to edit videos. And now I'm busy doing that instead of just watching what other people do. So
it's enjoying, huh?
It's good. And I also use this chance now on my trip to Bosnia from Sweden with the car that I just bought a few days ago. I just bought it, drove it to in front of my company where I work. I didn't do any test or mechanic, nothing. And I just yesterday I go in and drive to Germany. So yeah.
Let me introduce yourself to my subscribers,
Yeah.
and also for the people who are watching, who will watch your channel. I will introduce myself.
Yeah.
So I will introduce yourself first.
Okay.
No, I will not introduce yourself. I will just tell how I know you from when, where. Vedat is my big brother. He's from. This is the first English video in my channel, maybe also in your channel. Yeah. I know him since 2010. I was traveling. Yeah, we are very old now.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I was traveling from Ukraine to make a circle until Bosnia. Then the last stop was Macedonia. In English they say Macedonia, I don't know. And in Bosnia, via Couchsurfing, which is an app between people who would like to travel with low cost and explore themselves. This was a good chance for us to meet, and he was very nice to me at that time. I cannot forget about it. He collected some fresh eggs from his farm, or how can we say farm, right? Directly from his farm, and collected eggs and cooked for me. I was very happy for this lunch. I was hungry, and we walked a lot. Even on that time, I was not so light. I was very anxious to walk, but he showed me around after war, what is the effect. Still, we could see them, and we took 1 day, 2 days, or 1 day together. Maybe.
Yeah, I think
2
first
days.
day we were in Sarajevo.
Yeah.
And second day maybe, and then we went to my home village.
Your home village, and you showed me. Yeah, I remember that. And those were the times I will not forget about it. And I would like him to introduce himself. Who is Vedat Sehic?
I'm Vedat, and I grew up in Bosnia during the war and after. And I met Furkan when I was studying, and I used to live in Sarajevo. I was renting a basement of a house. On a hill. And then
on a hill.
Yeah.
I will also never forget about it.
Did I have that old car when you were there, or did we walk in the city?
I think there was no car.
Yeah,
together with you.
Yeah, it was 260 steps to the top of that hill. Yeah.
260 steps.
And yeah, after studying, I was not working in Bosnia because I had this opinion I didn't want to work for cheap. Especially if you're an engineer. I never liked that idea. And
you are a mechanical engineer, right?
Yeah.
You said mechanical engineer.
I never worked in a company. I had a chance one time, and I said no because of low salary. I used to do, and I still do, photography as a hobby and also some freelance jobs. And that was good for me, good money in Bosnia, but I also see now that maybe I should have worked for cheap to learn.
Mhm.
Because now when later I got married, my wife is, she lived in Denmark, and then the only way to live together was to move to Sweden.
One question: how did you find your wife?
On
You were in Bosnia, Sarajevo.
yeah,
How did you find your wife?
on internet. That's how it is.
Nowadays.
Anybody who lives in some village or who is not, who don't have a big circle of possible.
Especially after study time.
Yeah.
In university time, you can have some chances, but after studying, it's not a good.
This thing has this.
Okay. You can also see ourselves. Yeah.
So yeah, I got married. I met my wife on internet, and then I just after 5 days I was like, I'm coming to meet you because I don't know who is it a real person or not. Then I took a flight to.
Hello.
Hello, Sumaya. Welcome.
Hi.
Vedar, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sumaya, my wife.
Yeah, we are in the middle of.
Hey, come here. Come here. We have a teenager.
It's okay. It's okay.
I just want. I don't know how much memory I have. But
Just check it.
it can be one.
Okay.
I have more cards there, but yeah.
You haven't seen it?
Muhammed gel.
She's shy.
Okay, gelsin ya da gelmesin sorun değil. Whether it comes or not, no worry. Yeah.
Falan bir şey yok.
Should I continue?
Yes,
Yeah.
continue.
So yeah, then I just took a flight, met her, and I got married after 1 month, maybe.
I am faster than you. Only 15 days.
Yeah, but I knew my wife in person maybe 5 hours total before I got married. Yeah.
In person mean face to face?
Yes.
Okay. I think 1 hour for me.
Yeah, I think
was
that's better.
Yeah. I was in Vienna. I decided to marry with her
Yeah.
since I saw her via Skype. Skype was very popular on that time. So I saw her because we were at the same school at the same time. So I decided to marry her. If I will see her, then directly marriage proposal as other things as well. So it didn't took too much time also for me. So I'm following you.
Yeah, I think.
But you are now ahead of me. 4 kids.
Yeah, I think many people make a mistake by dating for too long or
Taking too
dating
much
at
time.
all. I think it's just a waste of time. And when you meet somebody who you think would be
Could be your wife,
your wife or
man,
husband, and if you think that's it.
But how did you decide in this short term?
You have to ask the right questions. What's important for you?
Yeah.
You know, before you even go to meet somebody, just ask 10 most important things that's important for you, so you don't waste time on meeting people who have nothing in common with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the steps. And also, you know, when you,
Asking
I
the right
think just
questions.
like with this car, you know.
Yeah.
When I met the guy and I saw the car, I bought it. What am I going to do? I'm going to go look for a car for 10 years? It doesn't make sense. It's the same with many people, they choose for their dad, for friends. You need to know what you don't want first. If you know what you don't want, that's half of it.
That's enough.
That's almost enough.
Yeah.
And then you just need to know yourself, what do you want? And then you ask the right questions to avoid losing time meeting people or dating people who, I mean, I understand people do it just people are lonely or bored or something, but if you decide that you want to get married this year, you should look tomorrow and start looking, not just I should do this. I have friends who want to get married for 10 years and they never even met nobody.
Exactly. I had one trial also before Sumaya.
Yeah.
I saw her, I met her, took 2 years together with us. At the end, because without marriage, there was an unsuccessful relationship, I can say. At the end, we were bored of each of us. and then we just lost time.
Yeah, I mean, it can be that you were lucky that you didn't marry her. It can be that but you know, you cannot guarantee 100% in anything today. And I think the more you wait, the less chance you have. And also, you're never going to look better and, have more time when you're young. And I don't know, it's simple. I used to read a lot about psychology, and I used to go out when I was studying every day for 5 coffees with friends, and not dating, but just with friends.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with men, they don't talk like you and me now about how did you get married, how did you met your wife. Girls talk about that, but men, they don't. So most of men, they don't know how to meet girls, how to date. I mean, I'm not for dating. I don't date. I didn't date with my wife before marrying her. But girls, they talk. But men, they're trying to look cool, and they think they know everything.
Mm.
And then they end up being, 40, single. And still, if you're not doing something after 10 years, maybe it's you, So for some people, it's better not to get married ever. If you
For some people, they should not marry.
If you're not functional by yourself, because the other problem is people think, a lot of people who have issues with themselves, they think when they get married, things will get better.
Mm.
It will never get better.
Yeah. If you are good, then marry.
And when you meet your wife or somebody, if they're not perfect at that time when you met them,
They will not be
they
better.
will never be better.
Exactly.
Many people think, she's gonna stop smoking, he's gonna stop drinking, It will never get better.
Girls think like that.
No, even I have a friend. He's gonna watch this, so I'm not gonna talk about him. But I used to do wedding photography, and
I remember.
half of my clients are divorced, and not just divorced. Their life is ruined because of their ex-wives. When they split, it's hell. They want to, out of not because they want the kid or they want the house, but they just make their life hell because they can.
Yeah.
And they used to date for 7 years before marriage,
Mm-hmm.
6 years, 5 years.
You cannot understand during that
The
time.
more you date, because man, we could talk about this forever. This topic, I'm a bit of a pro in this topic. Really, it's so simple. Don't waste time with people who you cannot imagine yourself in 20 years.
Yeah, just as a
5
girlfriend,
kids,
don't waste your
with
time.
10 kids.
Mm.
You can have 0 kids or 10. It doesn't matter. If you can function together, it doesn't matter. It doesn't get worse.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, if she's not the one, the first day, she'll never be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna get better. Things can get better if that's it. But yeah. How did you buy your car? You were gonna say.
I was just saying, and you decided to take video.
Yeah.
This
Let's go
old
back
one.
to cars.
Let's go back to car
We
topic.
can talk about.
Vedat is, by the way, thinking about sell his car in Bosnia. This is his target. That's why also a target of him. He's driving to Bosnia, and he drove by me. He asked me how I bought my car, first car. So this is Mercedes W211 E350 V6.
Oh.
Very good one.
Yeah, it's petrol.
Petrol.
Okay.
272 PS.
Okay.
Very good one. We can also drive if you want. This car, I bought it from a rental guy. Rental, same in English, sure. Rental guy in German guy. He's about 72, 73. He just wanted to sell this one because he would like to renew it with 3 years younger than this one. So W2012. He just put the advertisements in mobile.de, maybe you know it.
Yeah.
And I saw this without any photo. I was just thinking to buy a Mercedes W211 because I think this is a very, let's say, a robust car.
Yeah.
So I called him with my limited German in my first month. I spoke to him and explained him why I want to buy this car, when we can meet. I would like to see this car. He was thinking that I was British, speaking English, speaking German. Yeah, he didn't understand that I was Turkish. He just came, and when he saw my black hat, he was let's say disappointed. Anyway, with my wife we were there together. Maybe your phone.
Yeah, I think it's my wife.
Yeah, we can continue.
Just 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, then I will talk to my
I
subscribers.
didn't tell her.
Okay. Okan, senin sorunu soracağım. İsveç ve Almanya arasında nasıl bir tercih yapardı? Onu soracağım. Oyunun dibi İsveç mülteci dolu diyorlar demiş. Onu da sorarız. Başka sorularınız varsa sorayım. Şuraya da yazayım. İsveç'te misafirim var, sorusu olan varsa diye. Arkadaşlar, İsveç'ten misafirim var, Bosnalı. Ona sorularınız varsa şu an canlı yayındayız. İlettiğiniz Instagram sorularını ona iletebilirim. Muhammed! Buraya sor, gel burada söyle oğlum. Bak senin İngilizcen güzel. Tamam. Şimdi gelecek birazdan. Karısa... Ne?
Bir şey okuyorum.
Nereye gidiyorsun? Utanma.
Tam da gidiyorum.
Tam da gidiyor.
Niye bana faydası
Faydası olur diye bir şey yok ya.
Ama benim
Yalçın hoş geldin.
İngiliz bir de misafir. Hiç bilmedim.
İngilizce Bosnian.
Ya daha
Annenin memleketlisi.
daha benim bildiğim şeyleri bilmiyor. Daha benim neydi? Daha benim bildiğim ülkeleri bilmiyor.
Şu suyu koy. Olabilir, doğal bir ortam. Ya, welcome back.
Hello.
Hey,
He is my son.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You back from school?
What?
Şuraya gel.
Did you go to school? Or?
Yeah, I'm good in school. But it's a little bit hard.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's gymnasium is hard.
Yes. My nephew is also, I think, first year now. Like he's like
He is also in his first year.
6th class, is it?
Fifth.
Fifth, yeah, he's the same also in close to Kiel, yeah.
The general problem is he doesn't like to study.
No,
Even though he's successful.
I mean, that can be a good thing. You know, not everybody has to study.
Yeah.
You know, it's
We also need some Bauarbeiter, huh?
no, not just that. It's I don't know, that's another topic. But in Sweden, school is not even about studying. It's so nice, so refreshing to. My kids go there to school. It's all about fun. There's no homework. There's nothing.
Yeah, he has also no homework.
And just once a week, something. They just read some story, describe what happened there. But yeah, let's go back to the.
Okay. Let's go back to video.
He can be also.
Ya istiyorsan
he,
burada
he
otur.
can do whatever.
İstiyorsan git, ne yapıyorsan yap. Okay.
It's
He is
fine.
going to watch
What were we talking about?
my car.
About the car, yeah. We can continue about the car.
I have
So
also some
when he
questions
saw
from-
you, he was like, another one, huh? He was expecting somebody's gonna be like.
He was expecting
Half
somebody.
price.
Yeah. I asked him to buy that car first. I saw the car. Make no noise. Come on.
It's
Okay. Then he proposed me to drive first, but there is no air in the
the tire.
tire. So we just drove slowly until tire to make some air. There was also no let's say battery. Battery was kaput. Battery was breakdown, and he asked me if I can change it. This was the first time that I could change it.
Yeah.
I didn't even change it in my life because in Turkey you don't change it generally.
Yeah.
You ask somebody to help you in repair stations. So I changed my battery. We put some air in the tire. Then he told me just drive it and feel it if you like it.
Yeah.
He told me that he could drive it from Spain to Germany 2 times a year. So he drives really fast also. He likes the car to drive fast because of this power of the car.
Yeah.
This is his passion. This was his passion. So he asked me to drive fast. Put on the gas and feel the pressure.
Yeah, feel the
I
power.
put it in, feel the power. Sumaya was in the backstage. And Sumaya told me that even though you put a lot of gas and we were very fast, this car is very comfortable for driving.
Yeah.
Comparing to Golf, Mazda 6,
Yeah.
before we tested, we were considering to buy them, but she found it also very well. Even though she was never thinking about to buy a Mercedes,
Yeah.
because she doesn't want to seem rich. This is her
Yes.
mentality. And we decided to buy that car. He was telling that the car was 6,200 euros, and 200 euros we reduced the price because of this repair activities. Only. So I didn't ask for more money because the car was in a good price.
How much was the average price of the
Average
same
price,
car then?
average price in the let's say in auto house or galleries, I can say.
Yeah.
How do you say it? But 7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, then it's fine.
If you're buying a car from a private person, then you are also buying the risks together.
Yeah.
That's why it should be cheaper.
Yes.
So as you explained me before the video, you were buying the car from a Swedish guy and you just drove 1-2 kilometers and just try to park it. I saw the same and didn't want to challenge him too much. Price was good, he was reliable, and for 5 years we have been driving it, and I think 4 times I drove to Turkey.
Nice.
It was 134,000 kilometers when I bought it. Now 211,000, now 220,000 kilometers.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It can be. I think all these old cars are much more reliable than the younger cars. Not because, simply because of all these Euro norms are impossible to make a good engine,
Yeah.
not to pollute or whatever. All those filters in exhaust and all that, and this, new technologies, they make everything smaller,
And
more
sensible.
sensible. And I had at work, I was driving Skoda Octavia 1.6 TDI, nothing powerful. We bought that, it was 2011 year, I think, and I was driving a lot. I was like a supervisor going around 7 teams. So in 3 years, I did 170,000 kilometers. We only changed oil one time.
One time?
I went from 170,000 to 320 because my boss, and that's maybe one topic for a video. People in Bosnia or maybe even in Turkey, they think, it's better to buy a company car from Germany because, company was maintaining it.
Yeah.
They have money. And it depends on the company, because I don't think any boss of the company is sitting in his office and thinking, maybe I should maintain my company, these company cars, so that nobody thinks about it, nobody cares. When it breaks, they fix only what should be fixed. Maybe some good companies, they do it like once a year or something but I think in general, it's better to buy from private. And in Sweden, the good thing is you can see by license plate. There's a website. You put the license plate. It tells you everything about
the car history,
crash,
repair cost, then,
but it tells you how many owners it had, names of the owners, how long they had it, and it tells you every technical inspection. Yearly, passed, failed, and you can see did it fail many times.
So you did a chance to check these cars?
I did that on this car I bought. I did that check, and I saw it was one owner from beginning, the same guy, Oscar. I saw where he lives. I found him on Facebook. I see that he's not some.
He's real.
Broke guy, but he.
How did you understand that he is not broke?
No, just like with like I said, psychology. You have to. It's all there. You just have to. You read the info. When I bought my car that I drive now in Sweden, Toyota Corolla Versa, because when I returned the company car 1 year ago or a little bit longer, when they raised the interest rates in Sweden, we lost a lot of job. You know, the demand was going down, so we fired like more than half of workers, and I returned the car, and I went from being supervisor to lead mount or whatever. And I also was expecting new baby, so we couldn't even use that car, you know, to fit all of us, 6. So I needed a car with 6 seats minimum. And I didn't want to spend too much money, but I wanted something reliable, you know. So it was Toyota, because my father used to have Toyota, and I know Toyota is most reliable car brand. So I didn't want diesel, because I wanted old, not too expensive. But because I go to Copenhagen often, I cannot drive in Copenhagen with diesel. That's not Euro 5. And Euro 5 with 6 seats or 7 was already like 6,000-7,000 euros minimum, especially Toyota Corolla Verso. And then I found Toyota Corolla Verso, petrol, 2006, 1.8. And then I was looking, you know, it was like 4,000 euros prices mostly. And then I see one on, you know, salon at used car sales. He made the ad on Friday evening. No, Saturday evening. I see the ad, and that just like I said, with, you know, when you meet a girl or whatever, you see how old is the ad. It was like a few hours old. Fresh ad.
Fresh.
I checked the owners, only 2 owners before that salon. First, some Swedish lady, I don't know, 7 years, and then this other Swedish owner for 9 years. And I could see he sold the car 3 days ago.
What was that car? The car was
Toyota Corolla Verso. Not this one, the one I drive privately. And then, so this guy who had the car for 9 years, he sold it 3 days ago to this salon. So I find him on Facebook. I try, and I find him, and I send him a message. I see you sold this car 3 days ago. You had it for long. Is it a good car or not? Because he already sold it. Yeah. And I was hoping and he did reply. He replied, so it was good. There's some rust in the back, you know, under. And I'm like, what lifetime opportunity. You don't have to check nothing. And I should have checked, because I went the next morning. I sent an SMS to that number in the ad of that car handler. Are you coming at 10? I see it open at 10. I sent a message before that. He says, yes, we're coming at 10. And I had a car from a friend I borrowed, so I can go to work and stuff while I'm looking. I leave my house, I come there 10 and 2 minutes. And I see already somebody's talking to the seller, and I'm like, I'm late. Luckily, that guy was talking about some Volvo. And then they finish, I want to try the car, and he give me the key, I try, man, the car was like new compared to my Skoda Octavia with 0 services in 150,000.
0 service?
in 107,000 kilometers. And it was cold, very cold, you know, not very, but like, I don't know, maybe 0 in the morning.
Corolla Verso is also good for families.
Yeah, it's not long, but it has 7 seats. Those 2 in the trunk, it's just up and down.
Yeah, you can put everything in there.
I wish it was longer, but I guess it's good still. And then I come back, there's somebody else waiting to see Toyota, because other people also checked, and they were like, it was some
they
father.
Were trying to hunt.
It was some father with his daughter, I think, to buy her first car. And the seller is like, you know, there's other people waiting. What's up? I'll buy it. I didn't also check nothing. And I buy it, I go home to get my friend to go back again to get his car. On the way back, my kids are also in the back, so the car is a bit heavier, and my friend, and also the car warmed up. And I drive on the highway, third, fourth, clutch. The clutch was gone, you know. You can drive, but it was slipping. I could feel it slipping. I'm like, oh my God. And I still don't know how the previous owner, how he didn't feel. He didn't know. He would not. Why would he lie? He always
he do not need to lie to you.
And I asked him, does air conditioning work? Yes. Did you have any problems?
And
No.
you know how to ask important questions.
And on the way to there, that morning I asked him, I'm driving and I'm like, did you have a dog? That's a very important question for if you're buying a car. And
Especially
he's like,
this
yes.
kind of car.
And I'm like, shit. And then, but it was only in the cage in the back. And he sent me a picture of his dog.
Okay, then.
So I'm like, perfect. Because some people, they have dog
Everywhere is hair,
walking
dog hair.
around, and you cannot vacuum that. You can vacuum 10 times. It's still.
It's not easy to vacuum that.
The
also.
smell, they stretch everything, whatever. Anyway, I bought, and I come back and I tell the seller. The seller was actually some Bosnian guy, and the owner was some Kurdish guy. So, and I tell the clutch is gone. And the seller, he's like, he tries, yeah, the clutch is gone. The owner comes, he tries, this is good. I'm like, man, it's not good, but whatever. So that seller, he was Bosnian, he talked to him and like, then he called me after work. I already paid, I told him, what are we gonna do? I told him, you buy the clutch, I'll change it. Which is not good in my, in money, it's cheaper to buy than change, but I didn't want him to change to make even more, I don't trust the mechanics who just fix things where they sell cars.
You can change yourself?
No, but I found my one colleague who we used to work together, he quit our job to go to work in one car shop. And then he found me a mechanic who works on Fridays, private, and he changed the clutch. So he bought the clutch from Autodoc for like 110 euros.
Very cheap, but
set, it was good.
And 100 euros.
And I paid 250 euros to change it.
For changing clutch, you really need to detach motor or what?
They had to take out the wheel and the gearbox, I think.
Gearbox,
something like that.
3-4 hours job, maybe.
Yeah, but it's and that's without receipt. It was
still cheap.
It would be even more expensive if you go to some certified.
Today I experienced it.
And then the car, I was so happy. I was more happy than looking for some car that had 10 owners
with new clutch
in 1 month, and you can see.
By the way, how much you paid?
I paid 3,500 euros, and it had 250,000 kilometers, a little bit less. So I go home, I drive. It was all perfect. I was, driving kids to kindergarten. I was going to work. Petrol, no turbo, no nothing. If you want reliable car, old car, it can be old turbo diesel, but with petrol is even better, especially Toyota. And I used to go to Copenhagen to do some photography work, in April, May. So I was sure in the car, first time in my life, I decided to go to Bosnia with the car and my wife and 4 kids. And 20 days before the trip, somebody was walking in front on the road, like too slow, some teenagers, I pressed the gas, want to, do a little bit of burnout to scare them. And I pressed the gas and released the clutch too fast. And it just took nothing. No, there's no connection between engine and gearbox and wheels. And I'm like, what? Not again clutch. I'm like, how? The clutch was like 3 months old. Nothing. And I realized it's not clutch because I used to buy and sell and drive old cars in Bosnia a lot, like old cars. So I know some things about cars. It was 20 meters from where I live. So I just push it to parking, call a friend, and I called my mechanic in Bosnia. I tell him what happened. He said maybe it's the axle snapped.
Yeah.
And I go down, look, it is. And I was so happy because that's outside, You take off the wheel and you take out the axle. You put another axle. I called my boss. Can you come tow me to to where we have company. There's a big parking, so I don't have to, you know, while I'm looking for a mechanic and all that. My bus comes and I change the axle. I bought it myself on that Autodoc. So that Ridex, some
very cheap one.
they change the axle. I sit in the car. I can feel vibration on my gas pedal. When I press the gas, I could feel like egg spinning under the gas. You know? It's not ball but egg.
Yeah.
And it wasn't straight, you know, enough. And that was my mistake. So in
Still working. At the same time, Vedat is recording for himself.
this thing died. Huh?
It's not working anymore. Let me speak in Turkish some words.
Yes, you can.
Vedat'la nasıl tanıştığımızı soranlar olmuş. Rasim sormuş. Biz bunu konuştuk şeyin başında, muhabbetin başında. Couchsurfing yapıyorduk beraber. Daha doğrusu o yapıyor, ben yapıyordum. Ona ben başvuru yapmıştım zamanında, 2010 yılında. Bosna'da sana beni misafir etti 2 gün boyunca. Onunla o şekilde tanıştık. Muhabbetimiz çok tatlı olduğu için hep aradaki muhabbete devam ettirdik bugüne kadar. Benim büyük abim gibi bir şey yani. Çok severim kendisini. Böylelikle tanıştık. Okan'ın bir sorusu var. Sorusu, İsveç'te Almanya arasında bir tercih yapmak istese hangisi yapmak isterdi? Bunu soracağım. Sorayım hatta. Where would you prefer between Sweden and Germany? I think you were thinking about this topic many times.
That's a good topic.
Yeah. Maybe we can also talk about this one. I have one another question. How is Bosnia comparing to Sweden? Also a similar question, how is Germany compared to Turkey to me? They always ask me.
Well, if you want to have a... I don't like to criticize any country that I'm like immigrant in too much. But Sweden, since the corona, I got to love Sweden so much more than Germany, because here you had to have all those masks and all that, like the vaccines.
Really. We suffered
In
a lot.
Sweden, kids don't have to get any vaccine.
Yes, I heard
Zero.
about it. I
You
heard
don't have
about
to
it.
get any.
Yeah,
When the corona was there,
they
no
didn't
mask.
care about it.
I came to visit my brother in Germany. On the way back, they stopped me in Denmark in the train, you know. COVID passport, vaccine. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I have nothing. You have to get out, go back to Germany, do a test so you can come in. So during that time, I got to love. I mean, I love Sweden even before that. It's if you have family, if you want relaxed life, not to work black day and night, weekend. If you are somebody who wants just money, cash, Germany is better, because in Sweden there's not a lot of. I mean, there is, but if you want that, Germany is better. There's less cash. Nobody's using cash in Sweden that much. And if you go to a supermarket in
If
Germany,
you work regularly, Sweden is better, you say.
no, if it depends. If you're an engineer, Germany, you can make more money here. If you have a low-paid job, Sweden is better because it's more balanced than here, I think. But not just that. If like now, all this politics. If you care about politics too much, for me, I don't. But I'm informed. Germany is really, they went down a lot.
We are getting crazy. On this Sunday we have
all
elections.
this wokeness and greenwashing, and it's just so stupid.
It's really greenwashing.
They destroyed their car companies, and I don't feel sorry for them really. And I guess now, I hope they will copy some things from America. It's just so stupid. You say something on Facebook, they come to arrest you. Just like in England. So in Sweden, it's much better with that, I think. And also, if you don't speak any German or Swedish, I would go to Sweden.
So without any language
But
knowledge,
now,
Sweden will be your
I mean, you
choose.
cannot, if you're from Bosnia, you cannot go to just work in Germany. unless you are with university. It's much easier to immigrate to Germany now, and it will always be to come to Sweden to work without university degree and to find a job first, and they have to send it to embassy, approve it. You can wait for a year, and they just say no. It's not like from Bosnia now to Germany. If you have a company in Germany, you give me a contract, I go to Bosnia.
So you can.
I just need to go for interview in embassy, and that's it.
From Bosnia to Germany, it's easier. From Bosnia to
easier.
Sweden. So what are other disadvantages that you see in Sweden?
Disadvantages.
By the way, yeah, you are living in the near of
I live in Malmö.
Malmö, very multicultural
Yeah,
city. There are many Kurds from Konya Kulu.
Yeah, there's in Malmö there is a lot of immigrants, and sometimes I feel like I used to think I want to move to somewhere where it's like real Sweden, but with my work I saw real Sweden too. Sometimes we used to go work like 8 hours drive. Really, I had some projects.
By the way, what is your job? People don't know.
I work with solar panels. We mount solar panels on private houses. So I've been doing that since I got my. Since I moved to Sweden, and I got my number,
working number, let's say.
I found this job after 10 days, and I'm still in the same company. But
how many years?
6.5.
6.5 years. You have been working in the same company.
Yeah, and so just even here, when you go to a village like this, it can be a little bit boring. I don't know. It's you have to choose. It's boring
or chaos.
And just Germans mostly, or Swedish people, or you go to the city. Of course, there's more immigrants in the city, and if you really love, but for me, it doesn't matter really. I don't care. It's you. Luckily in Sweden, it's when you go there, I want to adjust, a little bit. If you talk loud in Bosnia when you come to Sweden, you can see people don't talk loud. So that's one of the things that I don't like about Malmö. Like some immigrants are like blah blah, like
they're too loud.
Like they are, when they meet together,
like they're in Bosnia.
It's like they're there or whatever. It's just small things, but nothing special. And also, it's not good for work. If you're looking for a job that's low paid, go somewhere where there's no immigrants. Yeah. I don't know why they don't go to Malmö. It's just if you don't have a job, there's a lot of people who don't have a job there, I guess. So of course it's hard to find a job in Malmö than in some town.
You are either living in city center or something like that?
No, I live in the center.
Very center.
First 2 years I lived not in the center, but still in the city. And the last 4 I'm in the center, and especially in that where immigrants and young people love to come to have coffee and that. It's like if you're single, that's the best part to live in. And sometimes I'm like, why do I live here? I don't go out. But it's very nice. Hospital and emergency is like
all in the nearby.
The train station, which was important for us to go to Copenhagen fast, 5 minutes walk.
By the way, your work is in Copenhagen or your
No,
wife?
I work in Sweden. My wife, she works in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So she walks 5 minutes to train and takes like 30-minute train to Copenhagen.
She changed the country to work.
Yes, every day almost. And so it's.
What is the best part of Sweden that you like comparing to Bosnia?
I have never been to Stockholm, which is a bit embarrassing, but
very far away from your Malmö?
It's like 6 hours drive.
6 hours, okay.
But I don't want to live there because of traffic. I heard it's not so good, because the best thing about Malmö, you can drive 10 minutes, 15 minutes max.
Wherever you want, we will reach.
Wherever you want, whenever you want.
Whenever.
There's no transit. like in Hamburg, you know, in summer people go from Scandinavia
or Vienna
or whatever.
It's very crowded, yeah.
All
That's the way.
Munich, whatever. 7 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. You never have 2 red lights. If it's red, you come, you go.
Yeah.
Maybe at 4 o'clock you stop one time, and next time that's it. It's
very good.
Man, when you come from Sarajevo, it's a small city, but the traffic is so bad, especially in summer. You have phobia from man. That's
Very touristical city also, Sarajevo.
Hmm?
It is very touristical city also.
Yeah, in summer there's so much diaspora and tourists, and even without that, and everybody works from 8 to 4, and it's just unbelievable. People live there and work and go with car. I used to go to university and just driving around. Many times I would start to go home, and I'm like, oh, it's 3:30. I see traffic jam. I turn around. I go back to one more coffee, so I can go home later. It's so stupid. It's unbelievable. So I think Stockholm is the best city in Scandinavia, even though I've never been there. Because when I tell somebody how Copenhagen is really nice, and good, everyone tells me you should see Stockholm. So if you're studying or something, I'm sure.
What did you hear between Copenhagen and Stockholm?
It's just bigger and more fancier, Because in Copenhagen, people are so pretty, Malmo too. In Sweden in general, they have a nice style and they take care of themselves. But Copenhagen is, it's also a student city. There's a lot of students, and it's really.
Once upon a time, Sumaya visited Copenhagen for job purpose. She liked that very much.
Yeah, if you have a bicycle, if you like bicycle like me, man, it's the best. There's bicycle lane on every road, on every side. Not like together. Cars, bicycles, people. On the other direction, cars.
Again,
in Malmo,
you have privilege then. Very privilege.
It's so good. It's
and very straight
it's not
city.
Too bad. It's not, even with car, it's all flat. With car, it's not too bad yet, and I think it's pretty good with car too. Now they start to have parking only for electric cars and things like that. Some green zones, but.
Do you feel safe in Malmö?
Yeah.
I am from Bosnia.
When I hear about those shootings, I'm like, yes, one less. They shoot each other. They don't go to shoot some guy. So when they shoot it themselves, I get like, one less. Because the police in South America, police will not shoot them, so they can shoot themselves. It's just, of course, sometimes I never felt, even when I came once to Malmo as a tourist before I got married, and before I moved to Sweden, and I liked it so much. You can walk in the middle of the night and you see like 5 guys standing there talking. You don't feel like they don't even look at you. Nobody cares about it.
This is just style of them.
They're just
they don't want
teenagers
to be,
or whatever. They have
no stabbing.
Nobody's
no asking for money.
That's England, I guess.
That's England.
That's London, England. And they are worse. They are much worse. There's a lot less, I think, than what the media says. In Malmö, Sweden, and also the way they report it is different than other countries. So it's.
For example, rape reports. Are very strictly.
I think Sweden is like highly ranked there because they measure it differently. But I don't care about that. I'm not an expert in Swedish. I like to talk about what I know.
What do you miss in Bosnia?
I miss flea market.
Which market?
That on the street where they
Flea market. Okay.
That's one thing I miss because I
Bit
used to
pazar
go
arkadaşlar.
Every Sunday I used to go to Sarajevo 4 in the morning.
You buy, you sell?
Buying. I buy cheap, sell high. And after many years, I miss that in that contact. in Sweden I hunt online cameras and lenses and stuff, but it's not the same. It can be fun, and like I said, when you see something cheap, good, if you don't buy it in that minute, it's gone.
Like your car.
And it's the same. It's the same with cars, and it's the same with this car. This car was different because it wasn't that cheap, and it wasn't that it's not like he has all the record. He changed everything. He didn't change nothing, but I like that. I prefer not being touched than being open with some mechanic, you know, who don't know what they were doing, and they put some sealant where they shouldn't, and after 6 months that goes and blocks your turbo or something. Untouched. So yeah, I miss, you know, sometimes I'm still fresh in Sweden.
You like also camping,
So,
huh?
I like some
Fishing,
yeah.
camping.
I guess people
Water is here.
after they
Use
live,
it.
I guess people who moved to Germany or Sweden 20 years ago, they miss. But I also think a lot of people, they just lying that they miss everything and that they love their country so much. Just go back.
Just go back if you don't like.
If you, that's one thing I hate about
Immigrants.
immigrants.
Oh, my
Yeah.
old country.
They all
miss
love
it
their
so-
country, and it's better. It's better than Sweden. You know,
Yeah,
Syria is
5%.
better than Sweden.
Yeah.
But why are you here then? You know, man, just shut up. It's not better. I didn't move to Sweden because it's
Hypocrisy.
it's Bosnia is better. So yeah, people are just. Unfortunately, they have.
They just want to complain.
Just like Germany, if you want to move to Germany legally, it's harder than illegally. And it used to be easier to come to Sweden illegally than legally. They had that period when they were accepting everybody, and now they're paying. I mean, they're not paying the price. I don't know, whatever. It's just.
What do you think about one engineer can how much euro can earn one engineer in Sweden, and how much this guy can pay for a rental house and regular one, 3 rooms?
Well, my friend who works as a mechanical engineer for maybe 6 years in the same company, he doesn't make the same as in Germany. He would make. He makes maybe 3,000 euros of. That's before tax, or maybe
After tax, I guess.
no, not after tax. Maybe he makes 2,700 euros after tax,
2,700 euros.
and he's like an expert.
He's really
And
expert.
6 years in the same company.
Okay.
I mean, he's not 50 years old, but he's
Okay, 6 years minimum
he's
at
like
the same job.
at least senior. And he says, and I know friends who study with me who live in Munich, they make double.
Hmm.
And I guess it also depends, but it's not some.
So with 2,700 euros,
And
he's the one only earning the money, no working wife.
No, he's single, and
He's single,
he
okay.
bought apartment, you know, through bank. But when he was renting, let's say if he wanted to rent 1-room apartment, he would have to pay at least 700 euros.
1-room apartment
Yeah, and like that's
without any
minimum.
bills.
And the bills are not that big because in Sweden you have the laundry room in the basement that is included in rent, and you have heating is also included. So you pay electricity, water is included also, and hot water. Sweden is good, and you pay electricity and internet. And that's almost it, yeah. And
How is grocery?
food lately, because the Swedish krona went down, so that the salaries went down compared to euro, but also the prices went down. Like fuel is now cheaper in Sweden than here. Really, like 10 cents cheaper.
Really?
I'm so happy about
I want to visit you now.
No, because I saw here diesel is 169
69.
cents.
In the evening, it's 160.
Yeah, and in Sweden is like let's say €1.50.
150.
And
Wow.
in
Price.
Food also, it's not, I mean, it's not that bad, but it went up, of course. I mean, Germany is still cheaper if you want to buy, Nutella, Knoppers, these German products.
How is meat price?
Meat
It's also important for me.
let's say the meat,
Lamb meat, for example.
lamb is maybe 15 euros
Okay, 15 euros for what?
for a kilo. You know, that like spine with meat and bones.
Okay.
That is like, or a leg, sheep leg. I think it's 150 per kilo.
Okay.
I usually buy cow meat, just meat without bone, and the cheapest one is maybe
10 euros.
12.
12.
The medium one now is like 13, 14 per
Okay.
kilo. It used to be 2 euros cheaper.
It is not expensive than Germany.
Malmo is maybe Malmo is really good for some things. Like the location is good because if you're flying often, you can fly from Malmo or Copenhagen. If you can work in Copenhagen, live in Malmo, a lot of people do that to not just to save money, but if you grew up in Sweden, you live in Malmo, you can work in Copenhagen. I mean, you lose 2 hours a day, and the ticket now is like almost 300 euros. But the salaries are much higher in Copenhagen. But also, if you live there, the rent is higher, and it doesn't include a lot of things like. Also, if you have kids.
Do you pay for your kids for kindergarten?
Yes, that's also cheaper than Denmark. I think if you work, we both work, but still it's pretty cheap. Let's say that Kindergeld covers that.
Kindergarten covers that. Good.
So it's like 150 euros per month. That Kindergeld and
Kindergarten. How much euro you're having Kindergarten for 1-1?
130.
130. So it equals, huh?
Yeah, I think it's like that. So
here in Germany, in this region, North Rhine-Westphalia, if you earn a good salary, like your wife, you would pay 300, 350 for complete day, and you got from your government, let's say, 255 euros.
Yeah, it's similar. Then it's
the
same. We end up in zero.
End up in zero. True.
Yeah, that's good.
But when school starts, then you don't pay anything. For school.
Yeah, school is free.
Yeah, school is free.
It's also in Sweden, and in Sweden, if you both work or you have that time before school starts, it's called fritids. So you can drop off your kids in school at 6:30 or 7, and you pick them up until 6. And that you pay, it's not a lot.
Not a lot.
Maybe like 40 euros a month.
Did you get used to?
When you hear prices of that in some countries like Canada, Australia.
Unbelievable. I would never go there.
People, one salary goes only for those things.
School.
It's crazy.
Yeah, payments. That I don't like that. In Sweden, in Malmö is not in too much north. I know.
No, Malmö is the southest
city. Yeah.
City. There is
Malmö, Copenhagen, Bridge,
yes.
Right? But how is it? How did you get used to see less sun compared to Bosnia?
It's not that.
They claim it like that, but it's also not that like that. But you see
the thing is with Malmö is in south. It's closer
to Kiel, or
it's closer from Malmö to Sarajevo than from Malmö to top of the Sweden.
So Sweden is a big country.
So Sweden is long, and
long country.
As you go up, it gets more. But in the winter, it's like from 9 to 3. So you still have 6 hours.
Have you ever think about to go until North Pole?
I did. I have a friend in Tromsø who studied with me, and he's a professor in Tromsø at university. He told me I could come stay for a month.
For a month?
When he has a vacation, in summer. He said you can come stay there with wife and kids, I think. But to go there, it's further away to go.
1,000 kilometers maybe, huh?
2,000.
2,000 kilometers.
It's more far away to drive
from
Malmö to Tromsø than from Malmo to Sarajevo.
Yeah.
And even he used to live in Sweden during the war, Bosnian war. Then he moved back, and he studied.
By the way, you feel cold?
No, it's good.
Okay.
When he studied in Sarajevo University, there was a chance to go do like 1 semester. When we were doing master thesis, he went to Norway for 1 semester. So that's how he got connected there, and he finished his master later. I think he also did his PhD. And now he loves Tromsø. He worked in Malmo for like 6 months. He was making less money than me. He was doing like I don't know, some like constructor or something. I don't know what he was doing, but he had like that Zeitarbeit. So he was working per hour, and I told him, man, what are you doing here? He said, I'm looking for maybe in Norway. Man. If you want money, go to Norway or Denmark. Sweden is not about that. If you just like money and you don't have a family, you go where the money is. You go to Switzerland or Norway.
Why if you don't have family, go there? Without
Because
family?
but then you have, I guess, some expensive. I mean, still it's good. In Denmark, it's more expensive if you have kids, I think, compared to Sweden. And
But two of them work at the same time is still disadvantage?
No,
in
no.
Denmark? One works with kids, with wife.
if you're gonna move to Sweden or any of these countries and you just gonna work, I don't see the point. It's just it's boring. Why? I mean, I wouldn't mind my wife being home if she has money, you know.
Yes.
If you have money, I mean, I told her sometimes she hates her job. She wants to quit. You have money,
That's not.
quit it. If you don't have money, you have to pay the rent. You know, it's that simple. So if you want to save money, it's best that both work.
Yeah.
If you want to just survive, I would rather survive in Bosnia. I already have a house and land, and you know, if you're gonna move to Germany and leave your house and land and friends and family and go to Germany just to live from and not be able to save any money, why are you there? It's better to stay.
Yeah.
So it's best if both works because it's organized like that. It's much easier than have kids in Bosnia.
Much easier.
If you have
than
kids
both.
in Bosnia, you have, you know, your mom, your aunt, they help with kids. Yeah, that's fine, but it's also, you know, it's dying out. That's not going to be forever, you know. If you have now kids in Bosnia, it's so much harder to make money for pay for the kindergarten.
In Turkey, one of our subscriber pays 450 euros for 1 month.
There you go. And this one in Sweden is better. And of course,
And government pays nothing for
the
kids.
government helps in paying that. Even if you work, it's not like it's just cheap in Sweden to send your kid because they don't have nothing. It's not. It doesn't cost them 150 euros per month. The government is helping with that, and that's how they boosting, you know, natality.
And they pay. The government pays also 69% of salary for the mom when she
Yes,
have a baby.
something like that. When you know, 3 months before the birth and then the full year after that, it goes down in the last few months, maybe a little bit under. But let's say the amount you get in your account before that and during that is like I think 69%, and it's.
There are many good reasons to have babies.
No, I mean, if you're gonna come to Sweden to make babies, that's also not a good idea. I mean, if you're gonna make babies because of that, then
that's not a good idea.
That's
if you
not
like
why
babies,
if you make babies because you want to raise
in
them.
Turkey, people they don't want to make baby because of costs.
I understand that, and that's
why I said that.
I'm not saying, you know, our grandfathers, they didn't have nothing, they didn't have job or not, you know.
They had babies.
They had babies. They used to go on a horse, whatever. I'm not saying don't make babies if you're not rich, but I'm saying don't moved to Sweden just to make babies.
Yeah, of course.
It's not easy because if you don't have at least a wife. Because I used to live in Germany, work in Germany during summer, summers when I was studying.
You can speak some German, right?
Yeah, and the first summer when I came, I could have stayed forever. I was so hungry, for the
You were 20?
for euros.
19?
I was like 20, 21. I came, and when you grow up in Bosnia, you watch some German channels, you watch German.
Bosnian
you
can
dream
speak also
about-
German, I know.
There are some words, just
Yeah.
like Kupplung or whatever.
Couple.
Yeah, and then, but I always knew I will move, somewhere, because I'm sick of Bosnian politics and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Nationalities.
I remember that you were telling about Aliyah on that time. Your feelings.
Yeah,
I was different. I was thinking different, and you told me another idea. So I was also surprised. But I understood then what was the idea behind.
It's not about any individual. It's just the whole law now. The whole government is set up. It's like this Euronorms for cars. You put 5 masks and go run.
Yeah, they are.
It's made to fail. It's not made to prosper. It's made, and corruption is not punished. And what can you expect?
Corruption is not punished.
I don't want
it's
to-
not so familiar
I don't
for
want
me.
I don't want to wait for 30 more years for some change, and my kids to grow up wishing to move to Sweden. Now they're in Sweden, they can move to Bosnia whenever they want.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, if you go, even if you're sick of Turkey or Bosnia, move to Syria,
Yeah.
move to Albania, move to Kosovo. You're gonna feel better even there.
Yeah.
You don't have to move to better country.
Yeah.
Because even if you move to worse country, man, you don't know who's president. You don't
Politics,
know.
you don't care.
It's so much relief
Uh-huh.
just from that. Even when you really, because people, I know everybody wants to move to to where there's more money. But when you grow up in Bosnia, there's so much of that politics in your
Why
daily,
they are too much
in your
similar compared
daily
to Turkey?
activities, man. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
When you come to other country, it's like, wow, you don't know nothing. You just walk.
Can you speak now Swedish?
Yeah, a little bit, not too much, because everybody speaks English. That's one of the things that's not ideal if you are not. When I worked in Germany, I was sucking up German so fast because I wanted to learn it. I was younger. I was student. I learned in 6 months more than in Sweden in 5 years, I think. Because here I speak English at work. I speak English with my wife because
Your boss is also Bosnian?
No, he's Swedish.
Swedish, but speaking English.
He never tried to speak Swedish to me.
They don't have this kind of mentality.
He told me, well, you should learn Swedish. Then I could be, when we had a lot of workers, and I could, be like, some things you still cannot do in Sweden if you don't speak Swedish, like be seller or something, to be often with customers, like to sell stuff, you have to. But I speak enough now for work. I mean, simple communication, and it's not I don't understand. I understand a lot, but to speak, it's just my word dictionary is not that big, and.
But your kids can speak Swedish?
Yeah, they speak Swedish.
How old are they?
They are from 1 to 8.
1 to 8.
They speak Swedish and English because we speak English at home.
You speak English at home?
Yeah, because my wife is Somali and Danish. So I don't speak Danish or Somali, and she doesn't speak Bosnian. So we speak
in Somalia, people learned how to speak English, or
they speak Somali. They have Somali.
For example, in Nigeria, they speak English.
Yeah, that's different, but
different.
Somalia
Somalia has their own language. They don't know other language from birth.
No, it's not that. Nigeria is more modernized.
More, okay.
Somalia is not there yet.
Okay.
Some speak Arabic there. They know it. They don't speak it as first language. But
did you visit Somalia?
No, it's
not yet.
It's
by the way, your
expensive.
family is in Denmark, or
No, only her aunt and uncle. She came when she was 5. Yeah, and
what is your wife's major in doctor?
No, she's a nurse.
Nurse.
She's another doctor. Now she wants to go to study to be that maternity lady.
Maternity lady.
The
birth,
yeah.
Giving birth. How can we say in English? I don't know.
Maternity. Yeah, I don't know.
Maternity lady or support.
Yeah, something like that. She wants to study that for 2 years now.
She has to go to clinic, right? Every day.
She works in a hospital, but it's not what she wants to do for too long now. She's been doing it long enough, and she always sending, helping their family back in Somalia. She never had time to, quit her job.
Yeah.
So now, since I've been working also and saving some money, now she can use that to study. And in Denmark, when you study, you still get some money if you're passing exams in time. It's not like you have to pay or it's like zero, but they help you.
They help you, support you. Do you have citizenship right now? Or?
Yes, I got it.
Really?
Yeah.
In 6 years?
I got it in after 5 years. I applied, and I was not sure when to apply it exactly, from when they are moving there or they are getting my ID or that person number. So I just said a little bit even after that 3 months. Then I applied, and then you also have to be lucky. Some people wait forever, some people don't wait.
Do you have any language barrier?
No, not yet. Now they are talking about
citizen, I mean.
No.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
It's just if you are married to Swedish,
then
you can get after 2 years. Or 3.
Because she was Danish?
Because she's Danish, it's after 5.
Okay.
And I got my permanent residency after 2 years, and after 5 years I applied for citizenship, and after 6 months there's a trick. You send I forgot the name of it, but you ask them to decide on your case. Because some people
evaluation process.
I know a guy who worked with us. He's from Kosovo. He applied. He's married to Swedish, Albanian, but Swedish. So he applied for his passport. He was waiting for 3 years for a decision. Maybe because he's from Kosovo, maybe it was nothing suspicious. He has a wife and kid. They live in Sweden.
Waiting for 3 years.
Some people get bad luck that some people get good, fast time. But also you have to be, you have to also ask around what helps. So I asked around, and they told me after 6 months you send an email.
After 6 months since
from applying,
from applying for citizenship.
Yeah,
okay.
So you already been there. You have a right to apply. You apply, and after 6 months you send the request to conclude your case. They have to, and then they have 1 month to say yes or no. And after 1 month they send me a letter. We have decided not to decide, but that was a boost for somebody to see your case and see this is simple, or give him handläggare or case worker. As soon as you get case worker, okay, it's fine. Good. The worst thing is when if your file is somewhere in the air, nobody took it. That's why in Sweden everything is better apply online. No papers. No papers. It can be stuck somewhere. Your guy is on vacation or on the pub. Like your case worker can be on that pregnancy leave for a year, and maybe nobody. So the best everything online. In Sweden is best apply online. So if you apply after 6 months, you send that request to conclude your case. So they said, we're not going to decide. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And after 1 week or 2, I see they took my case. And then I was just, yeah.
It was really both of
There's
them.
nothing suspicious in my case.
Mm-hmm.
If I know people who are suspicious and they drag their case, first they drag your case a lot intentionally. And then, you know, if you have a fake marriage or something, they're gonna see it, they're gonna drag you, which is stupid. I would just say no immediately, but they like to drag you, and then they say no. Go back. If they realize that you're scamming or something, you go back. So now it's getting harder, which is good.
For Sweden,
No, I mean, if it should be easy to come, you know, with rules, and hard to come without rules. So now it's going to be more time. I mean, they're talking about it, and they want to put this language, like in Germany, you have to speak, I don't know, B, C, whatever. And I say to that also, that's good, because if I had that, I would learn it better.
you could have run it.
Because I didn't need it or whatever, you know. So it's better for me if I speak Swedish. And they should put it mandatory that you should speak Swedish to apply. I'm up for that. And even if I didn't have the passport, if somebody would tell me you have to learn it in 6 months, I would learn it in 6 months better than now in 6 years. So it's not good to have weak rules. It's just stupid. Just all this woke stuff is so bad for everybody, because when you don't have rules, people get spoiled, and that's why I don't. The worst thing about immigrants in Sweden is their kids. Because they're spoiled, especially those second generations. You know, their parents work, kids are, you know, okay, school, kindergarten, okay, but later they just, immigrants who work too much and work on weekends and work black, their kids are on the street and they grow up there, and then, you know, you cannot, like in Bosnia, you cannot just slap them twice or whatever. It's just, you know, like hordes on the street, blah, blah, blah, ha, ha, ha. It's just ridiculous. They don't know how to work. They don't know how to walk on the roof. I used to interview people for work, and teenagers, man, immigrants or not, they cannot do nothing. They don't know how to.
I don't know what our future will bring us.
Man, they don't know how to make a knot. You know, like on shoelaces, they know that. If you give them only one side to make a knot on here, they don't know how to do it.
I explained my son 3-4 times. Really? He doesn't know.
No,
How can he know?
I understand, because they grow up with Roblox, whatever,
yeah.
Minecraft, that's all they do. So that's why it's good. If you have a craft, and if you live in Turkey or Bosnia, don't go study. It's not, university is not the best now. If you're gonna move to Germany, it's better if you know how to do welding, if you're a good mechanic, if you're a good electrician. Move when you're 18. Don't spend 10 years studying in Bosnia, and you move here, you need experience. That's why I don't work. I didn't do it in Bosnia. I come to Sweden, everybody wants 5 years experience.
He's mechanical engineer, by the way, colleagues.
But it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I would rather, I wish when I was younger, I just worked. As soon as I finished high school, I found it. But I don't wish, you know, I wouldn't have this experience. I wouldn't know what I know now. Because when you study, you have a lot of time to learn about other things like psychology or, you know, languages, and to see people. That's why that's how I met you. I used that couch surfing app just to meet people from all around the world, because I didn't have money to travel around the world. So I met people from Chile, from California, Turkey, South Korea, and then I was like, wow, you know, Bosnia is not that bad, because like some countries like South Korea or Japan, man, people there are just depressed. They just work. No, there's no contact between. They just play games. Men are just playing games and reading those.
I also
It's just zero emotion. And
Zero emotion.
This girl I met, she was depressed because she quit her job, and she's like, my whole family now thinks my life is finished, because in South Korea, in Seoul, if you want to get married, they see who your parents are, how, you know, universities, what work they have.
what is your parents'
What you
CV?
work. It's all about money, and but social life is zero. You know, nobody knows how to date or nothing. And this girl, I felt sad for her. I'm like, what? It was, oh my god. Because when you know, many people think, you know, Japan, you know,
Big country, good country,
you know, they are
technological
so
country.
organized.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah, you know, they wish to visit Japan. I don't wish now. I met people from there, and I'm like, I don't want to work.
I wouldn't even go there.
They have vacation, you know, 15 days a year,
15.
which is 10 days less than Sweden.
Yeah.
But they use only 5
Why?
because, you know, everybody is using only 5. You know, if you take more, what will other workers say? You know, like,
Are they crazy?
you're not the best. They are crazy. That's what I'm saying. Why would I live there? And you stay longer every day. You know, like you work from in Japan or whatever. You work till 4, but everybody stays a little bit longer. You know,
I can't.
for
believe
free.
it.
And
For
I'm like,
free.
what the- why would I do that?
They are ashamed of being.
No, they are. That's it's just stupid. You know, and
Culture is stupid then.
No, it's not. That's not culture. That's brainwashing. You know,
Right.
you've been brainwashed to stay after the boss, or come before boss.
I'm happy to be in Germany.
No,
Really?
I'm happy to be in Sweden, and it's. I was lucky with apartments and my job, so you can come to Sweden and end up in a bad company. And if you are not smart enough to leave that before you get stuck or whatever, but also you can have a job and lose it. A lot of companies went bankrupt, like in solar now in the last year.
By the way, he is supervisor in solar.
Yeah, we mount solar panels.
Yeah, solar panels.
And a lot of companies, like
After Corona,
no,
or
after the
after
interest.
Ukraine.
No. When they raise the interests, because if you live
Yeah, continue.
not according to what you have in your bank account, you use all those loans, you know, 1%, 1.5%, you know, 2%, very low interest. And companies do that too, you know. I went to an interview in a company,
Yeah.
and I thought I came to Apple. All electric cars outside, not just full.
They just bought.
All working cars, new Toyotas, new tools, everything. And I'm like, wow. They had one guy from our work went there. His salary went from, let's say, 2,000 euros to 2,700.
Huh.
And I said to him, tell your boss I want to come too. And his boss called me the same day, because that time it was booming. And I tell him, yeah, because of I don't speak Swedish that good. I told him I want to come and talk to you in person. Come tomorrow. I go. And I'm like, wow, look at this. After 1 year, they're bankrupt, and they had so much debt, I guess. And when interest was low, let's say you have a car on that leasing or whatever, and you're monthly paying, even if you bought a house, and your monthly expense to the bank was 1,000 euro. When they raised the interest, it went from 1,000 to 1,800.
Yeah. Then you are done.
And you don't have savings, and you. So yeah, that company went bankrupt, and a lot of them, and those workers were good workers, but now they're unemployed, and they have like that. If you have that insurance from getting fired, which doesn't cost a lot, like let's say 15 euros a month, then you're getting first 6 months like 69% of
Balancing the
salary, and then it goes lower. So it's not that bad to like be like, oh, you know, what am I going to do tomorrow if I don't have money? But
you have this kind of insurances for
yeah,
yourself,
it's
or
just, yeah,
I don't believe
yeah.
them too much.
No, it's in Sweden it's a common thing, you know. It's not like there's some guy working there. It's like a bigger organization, and I only joined union when I saw that all those companies are getting bankrupt. My boss, he wanted to fire me, so I joined that union, and then they didn't stop it. I just told him I won't stay. He said, okay, stay, you know, because I'm the oldest after him, I'm in the company the longest. But he could fire me theoretically because they changed some laws that if the company is under 10 people, he don't have to fire in order. If the company is bigger than 10 people, then he has to fire the new ones before the old ones.
Same in Germany.
When it's smaller, then he can do whatever he wants almost. So, but he still kept me, even though I mean, I did make him a lot of money in the beginning. I used to mount, and in the beginning I was working a lot. So if you have a company in Germany or Sweden, hire fresh immigrants. They're the best.
You travel a lot, by the way?
No, I don't travel a lot, but I used to, with work, I travel a lot.
For your work, I know.
No, I think I drove like maybe 500,000 kilometers in these 6-7 years. First with the van, we worked in like 100-kilometer circle.
You went to house to mount it, right?
Yeah, the thing is, our company only mounts. There is a company that sells, you know, they have seller and all those people who go and negotiate, blah, blah, blah. And then they just send us the project. And we used to go get the material with the van and go to the address. We come, we say, hello. We talk to the owner. It's going to go there, here, yes. That's it. And the best thing about Sweden, they don't come out like in Bosnia to
check. Are you doing good?
Even I don't ask for coffee or nothing. Some make coffee, some don't. I don't care about that. They don't go up to look. But when you finish, they can call another company to come and check, and they pay for that. But in Sweden, if you have this work here now,
it's construction.
When they finish, you can call another company to come check. They come check. They put what's not good. The first company has to come and do it again for free.
Wow. And
even after 5 years, I went to one project that we did 5 years ago. Because in solar is in Sweden maybe 7 years old. And in the beginning there was no rules, you know, specifically detailed, you know, about everything like now. So we used to just put cables, maybe 2 stripes, and later they keep, you know, nothing can hang, nothing can bend too much, you know, it's electricity cables. And one guy, he had panels for 5 years, and then a neighbor did panels, you know, fresh project. And that guy saw it, he said, I want like that. And he called this company that we work for. After 5 years, we had to go back and do it according to standards now, for free. So Sweden has some good things, a lot of good things with the law. It's like I said, to move to Sweden from outside EU is very hard, especially in the north if you're moving. I mean, to find a job and to get permit.
You have to find the job, right?
Yeah, it's you have to find a job, and then you have to wait for embassy or that Migrationsverket or Skatteverket or whatever to say yes, because it's not like in Germany. You know, from Bosnia to Germany, it used to be harder to move. Then they made that list of those jobs that they need. So that was easier. So now from Bosnia, there's no list. any job you find, you get contract, you go home. You just need to
Same for
interview
Turkey.
in embassy.
Yeah.
It can be annoying. They have like a lottery every month for interview in embassy. There's too many applications compared to how many people they can meet. Yeah. So every time you apply, once a month they choose, and then it resets. So it doesn't matter if you apply 10 times.
Really lottery for each month. Then.
It's stupid. But when you go to interview, they're like, you got the job contract, go. In Sweden, you had, before they would approve you, you would have to get apartment address. I don't know, not literally, but they would not let you come here
Directly getting
without
a job.
checking the company. Does the company owe money? Which is, it can be good, but yeah, in Germany you come and you work first day. In Sweden, you don't come. If you got married or something, then you come and you look for work. But if as an engineer you can come, if there is a company, or I don't know. Yeah. And also in Sweden, you cannot be electrician, even from Germany or Bosnia. You can be engineer from Bosnia, come work tomorrow. Electricity, they have their own rules, which is good. So if you're an electrician, your diploma is not valid in Sweden. Just something good to know.
We have been talking for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
I need to go.
Yeah, we need to cook now. Don't feel stressed. You don't go without eating anything. Then you go there only for sleeping.
Yeah, but I have to also. Yeah, we should start then.
Yeah, we should start. Then take care, colleagues. This is a good memory for me and for Vedat. Having it in my channel.
My first live stream in my life.
Take care of yourself. We are now finishing.
Over and out.
Yeah, let's do it.